How we feeling? We're simply chilling, yeah. Oh, yeah. How are we living? We're simply chilling, yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Hey, welcome back to the Simply Chillin' Pod. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Jonathan.
And we just want to shout out our Instagram. We just uploaded 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
Simply Chillin' Pod on Instagram. Today, we're going to talk about what we talked about on the last one, but we couldn't finish because we ran out of storage on the phone.
Right, yeah. So we're doing all of this on my cell phone because we don't have a good camera yet. So, but you know, the camera does 4K and all that stuff. So it's been fine. But then we start running out of storage and it becomes a problem. I want to shout out Emily, though, for this backdrop.
Oh, yeah.
Because I forgot to do this on the last one. She made this backdrop for us, and it was definitely an upgrade from the last picture that we had. Well, somebody drew that and did not so great of a job. So, Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wanted to look stupid, so.
No, it was good, but it was good for the comedy. But thank you, Emily, for doing this. If you want to go check her out, I'll link her Instagram down in the description below. She's been a huge support of us. I really want to talk about how everyone's been a huge support of this channel so far. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback, and it's been a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. Like, we were having a blast doing this, but like to get all the interaction that we've gotten through the comments and through, you know, just our DMs on our regular Instagrams, and it's been very good. So we're both very excited, and I think we're gonna get into it here in just a second, aren't we?
Yeah, I didn't expect so many people to really fuck with the podcast.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine. She sent in this video, and I guess it's her boyfriend in the video. I'm not sure, but I've never met him, and he I guess he thought the song was catchy, so he's over here just dancing along.
Who is this?
Ashley.
Oh, okay.
So he was grooving to that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, if y'all have any questions or, you know, want to send us any like funny videos like that, just look up the Simply Chillin' Pod on Instagram. You can DM us on there, send us a little video or a question. That's the best way to reach both of us. We both have access to that account, so we can both see it. We would love to like answer some questions and like see how y'all are liking the podcast. That's the best way to reach us, you know, other than just literally commenting on the video.
Right.
But yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. It's a catchy tune. I like it.
Oh, I appreciate it. So the continental breakfast.
Yeah, right, when you talk about
So
that.
we didn't get to finish explaining. I'm gonna play the clip again just
Okay.
as a refresher.
Okay.
But
This is the most ridiculous clip I've ever seen. It's so crazy.
And there's a lot of different videos like this too. Like,
Was this just like the craziest one you came up on, or like they
Well,
were
they-
all similar?
this
to
is what they looked like when I first saw them, and I searched it, and there were other like contraptions that people would sit
Right.
on. There's
More
one-
crazy than that?
Yeah, there was one where like they were wearing like these diaper things, and they were sitting in real like seductive positions.
It's crazy. It's stupid. I'm sorry y'all having to put through this again, but I'm putting y'all through this, but
Yeah, make sure she's strapped in there.
yeah. It's the gayest phone
Yeah.
ever. Like, why? It reminds me of my old snooze alarm from back in the day.
Right.
It's so annoying.
So so there is an explanation apparently.
Okay.
And I scoured the internet for the answer.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I think the world is ready.
This is basically
Have all this useless information.
what it is. The reason why everyone's standing around and taking pictures. It's an art exhibit.
Are you freaking serious?
Yes. So the exhibition explores the intersect between technology and control, questioning our reliance on user-friendly tech.
Yeah, what are these liberals doing? Because this is like, has liberal written all over it right now. Like, why is this? They ain't got nothing better to do. Tell them to go pay some taxes. We need some taxes paid.
The artist who created this, her name is Anna Udenberg. Her hyperfunctional...
She sounds like an evil villain.
She's German.
Something she found on Batman or something.
Oh my god. So apparently her hyperfunctional sculptures highlight the dangers of streamlining our lives through technology. I don't know about you, but I didn't get that at all.
I didn't understand any of that.
All I thought it was flight attendants and sex swings.
Weird, yeah. Like, well, there's nothing.
There
about
was no
any of that
technology.
That was already.
As a matter of fact, the only technology was this fucking phone that,
which was old as hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Something out of the early '90s.
But this goddamn.
Late '90s.
This exhibition encourages us to examine the consequences of submitting our autonomy to the allure of technology. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, none of that means anything. You're just saying words and phrases.
Fucking stupid.
Wow. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what else is crazy?
What's crazy?
Our fucking neighbor.
Oh yeah, dude. So I noticed this like because I moved in like a day or two before he did, and I noticed that I was being woken up at like 2 a.m. and she was like yelling and screaming and cussing, and you know this house is pretty close to the next door neighbor's house. Like
yeah, like 6 feet, 5 feet.
Yeah, like it's really close. Maybe 10 feet, but like it's you know walls are thin, just real close. And she was yelling and screaming, and I thought she was just having a bad night. Well, he moves in like 2 days later, and the same thing starts happening. Crazy ass neighbor.
And this is going on like all day and all night. You just hear it sounds like she's on the phone with some like an abusive like ex or something.
Yeah.
Just yelling like, "Fuck that! Fuck! I'll come over there right now. You don't deserve this. You deserve better than this. I just need a man in my life." Just a stream of consciousness makes no fucking sense.
The sentences made sense, but the sentences put together did not make sense.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's like having like a bunch of different puzzles, and you just dump them all. Yeah. So, and
yeah.
At one point she was like, "I'll shoot him," and I was like, "Hold up."
Yeah, she started talking about he's got a gun. He's got a gun, and we're like, so I'm for me, I'm like, I'm keeping my shit pretty close to me, just because I don't know what's going on. We don't know this person at all, and it gets to the point that he texts me at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I was about to walk out there because it was nonstop. I was about to walk out there and be like, "Hey, do you ever shut the fuck up?" Because she was on the front porch and like yelling, like I know the whole fucking neighborhood heard.
Yeah,
and
I don't know how the whole neighborhood wasn't calling the cops. To be
it's
honest.
like 1:30 in the morning. So he was like, "I'll come out there with you." So
yeah,
we're smoking a cigarette, just kind of like just watching this bitch like.
And she's on the front porch of her house while we're standing in our driveway, just chilling at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's cold, pretty cold that morning, and she's still yelling and screaming. Didn't even care that we were there.
Acknowledge that we're there, but I feel like she knows that. Like she was looking in our direction and was swinging a bat.
Oh, she had a bat, and she was like, if you could ever picture like Harley Quinn like swinging a bat around like that bat shit crazy, like that's what you would see. And and she's like, I don't know, what do you think? She's in her 40s?
Yeah, maybe,
upper 40s maybe. And like she's like gotta be on drugs or something, or schizophrenic, or I don't know.
I don't know either, but
it's
the other day
not okay.
She caught him coming home.
Yeah.
And asked her for a cigarette.
I pulled in on the bike. She's like, "You got a cigarette?" I'm like, "I don't smoke," and I'm like, "Well, my roommate does, but he's not here." Yada yada. And she's like, "Okay, all right." And so she leaves, and I'm like, you know what? I want to extend an olive branch. You know what I mean? Like we haven't talked to her at all at this point. The only interaction we've had is us both standing out front while she's cussing somebody on the phone, which we kind of decided she wasn't even on the phone.
No, she wasn't. That's the whole.
She acted like she acted like she was on the phone, and then we thought she was on the phone, but I don't think that she actually was.
She's just been talking to herself this whole time.
Yeah, and so at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send an olive branch. I know that he kept a pack of cigarettes here, so I went over there, grabbed the pack of cigarettes, walked over there. I'm like, yeah, actually, I found some cigarettes. Gave her a couple, and she seemed totally normal. Like she just wanted a couple cigarettes. Like she had good conversation, like it seemed very
coherent,
normal. Yeah, coherent at that
together.
point. And so yeah, she was like dressed nice and everything. Like she just got back from somewhere, and so it's very weird that it's so black and white when it comes to her personality. Like she has a split personality or something.
I mean, her personality is the whole rainbow. The reason why I brought that up is because like we were trying to like sit down and do the podcast, and someone rings the doorbell, and we're like, "Who the fuck is that?" And we can't see because, like, we don't have a peephole or anything.
Yeah, we actually, we were going to start the podcast a little sooner. We ended up not, like, we just took a break or whatever, like, before we started. And so I'm glad we did, because she would have rang the doorbell, like, right in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
We would have had to stop.
So she was like, as soon as I opened the door, I'm like, she's like,
hello?
Hey, can I bum a cigarette? I'm like, yeah, one sec.
Sure, yeah. We're not going to answer for the door for you anymore, but yeah, sure.
And then she asked, and then he was like, we were actually just about to do a podcast. I started talking about the podcast, and
Yeah, so she'll probably watch this.
told her what it was, so. Which, you know.
She seemed very interested.
I don't want a crazy person to be our enemy. Actually,
Right.
I was wondering about, like, what her deal was. And so I talked to the neighbor on the other side of her. I, like, flagged them down as they were, like, leaving or whatever. And I was like, hey, you know, I just moved in here. And they're like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And I was like, so the neighbor. And they just started cracking up.
They already knew.
Yeah. And so they kind of gave me the spiel. And they were like, you know, she's harmless. She's just kind of crazy. I was like, okay. And, you know, they're like, if she ever gives you any trouble, just, you know, call the cops. They know her by name. I'm like, oh, jeez. So.
It's not a great sign.
Yeah, and they're like, they'll probably flip a coin to who has to come deal with her. And I'm like, well, it sounds like calling the cops doesn't really do anything.
Doesn't do anything, yeah.
So that's cool. But
But she seemed very coherent when she, like, came here, other than her just bumming cigarettes.
Yeah, I mean,
like, so it's weird.
I don't get it, because normally she's like literally nonstop 24/7, day and night. She's just.
She sounds like a man yelling at somebody, like when she's into it.
Like I thought there was like a domestic dispute going on when I first moved here, and
it was
come to find out it's just her and her dog. So
she's talking to nobody.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know
but
either.
they were saying, like, she's been living here for like 10 years, and she used to not be crazy. Like, her kid and their kid were like best friends, and she was like, the dude was like basically.
So they said that she had kids.
Yeah, or at least one.
Like, I assume they're older and moved out. I didn't know that.
I assume so, but they're like, yeah, sometimes she goes on and on about the werewolves, and I'm like,
Oh.
so as they were driving away, they were like, if she gets on your nerves, just, you know, step outside and start howling. Jesus. All right.
Just get your dog out there to start howling and be even better,
shit.
I feel like.
She probably freaks her out when I'm out there playing with him. He's like,
oh, we can have some fun with this.
yeah. Right? It's like a whole like a series of just like the crazy neighbors.
This is why I want to live in the country, because you no matter where you go, you end up with a crazy ass neighbor. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people can attest to it. Comment down below if you've had a crazy ass neighbor, because I want to hear the stories. Because
I'm used to my neighbors being so far away from me. I'm not used to being.
Yeah,
this close.
like even like at my parents' house, we had neighbors, and we had a couple bad neighbors, but for the most part, they were far enough away. I can't talk to be able to, like, you're not like waking each other up, like if you're staying up late or whatever. Like, but here, like, it's not like being in an apartment, but it's kind of close.
Yeah, that's true.
It's closer than I thought it would be. You know?
You don't have to worry about their cockroaches getting in.
Yeah, I mean, they're separate buildings, but
you can still hear them, you know, talking to themselves late at night.
Yelling at themselves. It's so crazy because my window of my bedroom is like, when I look right across the yard here, her side window is like in her kitchen. And so I can see her pacing back and forth and like yelling at nobody, you know what I mean?
And she'll like sometimes like walk out of her house, walk down the street like 3 or 4 houses down, and goes and talks to the neighbor. I'm like, for like 10 minutes, and then she'll come walking back. But the whole time she's like, she's
like talking to herself.
I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
It's so weird. She
Anyways.
must have a relationship with all the neighbors. She did say that she's lived here for like 9 years.
Yeah.
And so she probably does know all the neighbors. And,
Probably.
you know, now she's trying to get to know us by stealing all your cigarettes.
Well,
hopefully this is the last crazy, like, neighbor that we'll have, because we haven't heard anything out of our other neighbors at all.
I mean, I've seen them like playing outside, like kids and stuff.
They're, like, very normal.
They seem pretty normal.
They seem very normal, yeah. But yeah, let us know down below if you've got any crazy stories, because I'd like to hear them.
I have a story. Kind of.
About what?
Kind of tidbit.
Uh-huh.
About when you were a kid, or we were both kids.
Oh, are we story time now?
Well, kind of. Just, the fact that I could just like act like I'm gagging and it would make you gag.
Oh yeah, I had a
Or, like,
very weak stomach, especially growing up.
gross
I still
stuff.
probably do a little bit, but I remember as a kid, just the sound of gagging would make me gag. Like boogers, like you would like pick your nose and like stick your finger in my face, and I'd be like.
I remember one Halloween I had these like vampire teeth in my mouth and like just taking it out, all this saliva.
Yeah,
And
I
you were
remember
like,
that
"Ugh."
actually, because you'd always be like make the noise if you pulling the
Just,
vampire
like,
teeth out.
really
I'm just like,
hamming it
"Ugh,
up
that's
for
so
you."
gross. Yeah.
So
But
does
y'all
that,
did this on purpose, though.
so does like gagging bother you?
I feel like I know where this is going.
Just watch this video.
Oh my god. Okay.
This man just be casually throwing up.
You got this. I trust you. I trust you.
That look.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
There we go. Get it. Show what you got.
Oh, I can't, dude. Like the sight of it.
Oh wait, this is the best part.
Help him. Somebody help me.
Somebody help me. What are we supposed to do?
What's his problem?
Pop the trunk.
Pop's drunk. No, man, some people really do have problems with like just randomly throwing up. It's like I don't know if it's a stomach acid issue or something. Like,
Seems like something was bothering him.
but it that does kind of gross me out. It's just like, ugh. But he can't help it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens, but I've known a few people to do that.
Dude, like, I struggle with anxiety and like,
Some of it might be anxiety for real.
yeah, sometimes like I'll
Get your
I feel like
stomach all
there's a
knotted
hair in the
up.
back of my throat or something. I'm just like, especially if like I've been smoking or drinking or something, and I'm just like, I don't feel right. And I'm just like, feel like I gotta throw up. I don't know.
Do you feel like you get more anxiety when you smoke?
Oh, for sure.
You do?
That's why I don't really smoke anymore.
I
Like,
thought that always thought that when you smoked you'd have less anxiety. That was like the
it
point.
depends on the person, really.
Really?
I mean, I never had anxiety. I was a straight pothead for years. But,
Yeah.
But like maybe 6 years ago, I had my first anxiety attack, and it's just so happened when I was smoking. So I guess I
You
attributed
tied it
that.
to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't know, but like now I can't really smoke unless I'm already like drunk or something.
Oh, really?
It doesn't really affect me as much, but
Yeah, I always thought that would calm you down, I guess, but I mean, I don't know.
it does for most people.
Mm.
But it's a pretty common thing for smoking to give people anxiety.
Right. Yeah,
Paranoia has always been there.
I don't know why he would just be randomly throwing up like
I
that.
don't know, maybe he's just a bitch.
Yeah. What else you got?
So, I was going to talk about the fact that we grew up in a very Christian household, or households.
Yeah.
Households, yeah. And so growing up, we couldn't really like watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And
I
so,
was
like,
I was
Christian
fairly
based?
sheltered growing up.
Yeah, like we couldn't watch like The Simpsons. I mean, that was a little crass, but like Dragon Ball Z, we couldn't watch that.
I got spanked for watching the Power Rangers. Actually.
Why?
Because I was told to not watch the Power Rangers, and while my mom went to sleep, like she took a nap in the middle of the day, and the only TV available at the time was the one in the living room, which happens to be like butted up on the other side of the wall of their bedroom. And I thought I was being sneaky, and I turned on the Power Rangers and like turned the volume down a lot. And then my mom came out, and like my heart dropped. I was like, oh, I got caught. And sure enough, I got my ass beat for watching the Power Rangers.
Well, why?
I think it was the violence or something.
So they use violence on you?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know where the logic is there, but yeah, I mean, I very much, I think it's a good thing that I was sheltered in some ways. But you know, there's a lot of people that are sheltered to the point where they're not good with society. Like they get into
Yeah.
the world and then they're kind of awkward and don't know how to
weird.
act. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like I have that problem now. Maybe I struggled with it a little bit, like in high school. Maybe that was kind of my adjustment period
Yeah.
for that.
I mean, I was homeschooled until I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only people I really interacted with was, like, people at church and, like, in the neighborhood. But as far as, like, being in, like, large groups of people regularly, it was new. It was new to me. So I felt like I had to, like, learn how to navigate social, like, cliques and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like I'm naturally an introvert anyway. But, you know, being, like, in band in high school and, like, being involved in some activities through high school, I do feel like helped open me up. And then once I started working, that's really, I feel like it forced me to, I had to talk to people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it really helped me kind of come out of my shell at that point. But, yeah, I think as a parent, you want your kids to be as sheltered as possible. Like, you want them to not be exposed to certain things, especially as young kids, but at the same time, you might want them to experience a few things early to help them transition to adulthood better. I don't know.
I feel like
I never have a kid, so I don't know.
like the fact that I was so sheltered made me want to go the opposite way. Because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I come from a big family.
Definitely depends on personalities. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and they were all pretty much stayed pretty sheltered for the most part.
Yeah.
But I was, like, out partying and fucking getting into trouble and shit. You know, I just wanted to experience all, like, life that I wasn't allowed to experience growing up.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I was a pretty good kid until I hit 16. I got my license, and I went wild after that. Like, I'd tell my parents that I'm staying the night at my buddy's house. My buddy would tell his parents that they were staying the night at my house.
Classic.
And then we would end up in our neighbor's backyard around a bonfire drinking at like 16. And that's just how I went from like a pretty good kid at 15 to 16, had my license and I had my freedom, and that's what we did. And I'm actually kind of surprised I got away with a lot of the stuff that I did.
Dude, same. I'm surprised I still have a clean record. Like, honestly.
Good, yeah.
Speaking of ridiculous shit,
Oh, yeah?
so like 2 episodes ago, when we talked about the guy that prank called prostitutes,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to get him on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we're
You've talked to him?
Yeah. So I called him and I was like, hey, man, did you see the episode? He's like, yeah. And I was like, hopefully, you didn't get offended by that story. And he's like, no, it's cool. I was like, so would you be willing to call in? And
Yeah, that's awesome.
he goes like, hell yeah. So, all right, I bet. So I'm going to call him right now.
Cool.
I'm going to see if he answers.
That's what's up. This ought to be good.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, you're on the podcast right now.
Oh, what's up, everyone?
I talked to you wanted to talk about that story about you used to like prank call prostitutes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You saw the episode, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so did I actually like tell this story? Did I do the story justice? Or was there anything I left out?
No, I mean, that was pretty accurate, man. That's so crazy you remember that, because it was such a long time ago, man. It was, 10 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I did not know that.
Especially
Yeah,
considering
man.
the fact that you told me some stories the other day that I forgot about because I guess I was too drunk.
Bro, we used to party all the time, man. From, 2014, we would party, 4 days out of the week, man.
Yeah, it was, I'm surprised that we made it this far.
Dude, it was for a year straight. We used to just, party every fucking weekend, man. From, Thursday all the way to Monday morning, we would wake up and we'd be hungover as shit.
Yeah, we could get away with it back then. Nowadays, I drink one night and I gotta take, 2 days off.
Yeah, man. Dude, we used to start off the night with Chandelier. You remember that?
Oh, my God.
So hey, this is Jonathan. I have to ask a question.
Yeah, man.
What is the craziest thing you've seen Jeremy do?
Oh, shit.
I need a good story.
Oh, fuck.
Bro, I've seen a lot of crazy shit.
I need
man.
one story that's it's kind of quick, a quick story that I don't know about my cousin.
Alright, so we were playing Spin the Bottle, and one of the dares was for somebody to suck his nut in front of everybody, dude. So, we were in a circle.
That's a crazy ass game of spin the bottle, dude.
Well, we were drinking liquor.
We used to get down and Spin the Bottle, dude. I mean, it wasn't some like kiddie shit. It was some like real fucking gangster shit, man.
So someone sucked his nut
I don't
from spin the bottle?
I don't fully remember.
It was like 5 a.m., dude. Like we're winding down from like partying all night. We're sitting there in circles, about like 15 of us, and it was this time, dude. Like we played spin the bottle. It was somebody's there, and the dare was to like suck Jeremy's nut in front of everybody. So he pulls it out and just like, has the time of his life.
Wait,
That's so good.
That's not the craziest shit that's happened at one of our parties. Man.
Okay. I don't think
we can get into this all day.
No. I don't think we should keep talking about this. Honestly, I think we should get back to the prostitute prank calls.
It got personal, didn't it?
There was one time where this chick, we were playing spin the bottle again, and this chick, I won't say any names, but
I can bleep out names. It's fine.
If I do blur a name out, can you beep it out?
I can bleep it out. Yeah.
Okay, so like this chick gets there to eat this guy's ass, and it was I think the punishment was like you had to do like 3 shots if you don't go through with your.
So it was either eat the guy's ass or take 3 shots.
Yeah, dude, and like
I'm taking shots all day.
Yeah, but by this time, dude, we're all fucked up, man. So like we can't take any more alcohol, dude. So you know what I'm saying? You have to take the dare, dude, or it's either the dare or alcohol poisoning. So
these are some pretty crazy dares. Holy crap!
So I didn't think she was gonna do it, man. But like she's like, all right, I'll fucking do it. So she grabs this guy, dude, bends him over, spreads his ass wide open, and just goes to town for like a good solid 3 minutes, dude.
3 minutes?
Fucking crazy.
3 minutes?
Yeah, bro.
Was that part of the dare? I thought it was like you lick it and you get out.
Too into it. She had to keep going.
Doing it, man.
3 minutes?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. Like. It was insane, man. Like, and if I recall correctly, there was a fucking skid mark on Jake's fucking. That just made it funny, dude.
Jesus,
dude, I cannot wait to get you on this podcast one day.
Is that?
He's got to come on this podcast.
Was that the same chick that like started the whole like everybody jumping in the pool naked and shit?
Yeah, so she was just like, yeah, like let's everybody just skinny dip, and like, I mean, but that was some light shit compared to like what happened at some of those parties, man.
I hope y'all got some nice chlorine clean assholes before the eating out happened.
Yeah, man, it's, you gotta add some seasoning to it.
The skinny dipping was like the only thing I remember from that night, so that's crazy that was the most tame thing that happened.
Fucked up, man. I mean, chandelier is like pretty fucking intense, dude.
Especially when you play it with liquor. I mean, it gets out of hand.
I've played chandelier a couple times in my life, but like that's normally like it's a pretty big party. You have to have multiple people to do that.
Yeah, dude. Our parties used to be fucking legit, man. We would
sounds like it.
We had a lot of people.
Sounds like Jeremy was getting down.
I mean, I miss the parties we used to throw, but like. Nowadays, I don't know.
I mean, I went to some pretty good parties back in my day, but we were not eating each other's ass at parties. Like, that's some crazy shit. For sure.
I feel like that's when you reach peak, man.
Yeah. What have we not done yet? Like.
Yeah. Well, shit. Well, hey, let's get back to the prostitute prank calls.
We got sidetracked.
Okay,
So, like, you said that was pretty accurate, the story I told. How did you...
Dude, it was pretty spot on, man. I was like, man, that sounds just like it,
Yeah.
I didn't even know, what you were talking about at first. And I was like, oh, shit, is he telling that story? Because, that was like a usual Friday night back in the day.
Yeah, I was
Friday.
I was gonna ask. It sounded like you kind of had it down, like you've done it several times before. And I was wondering, like, how did you find the list? How did you know that they were like legitimate ones and like not just like scammers or something or like a sting?
Yeah, where did you know where the real prostitutes are?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Touch.0?
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be like jokes and stuff about Backpage like back in the day and shit, or Craigslist ads.
Oh, okay.
So like you pretty much just dive into the internet and like do your research and like just in case you ever need a prostitute, you gotta have a handy, man.
Yeah,
Just gotta get into
in your back pocket.
Just gotta get in the deep web.
Yeah, I mean you gotta do your your market research before you.
That's hilarious.
So how many times have you done that before that night?
Well, like, dude, I used to prank call everybody, man. That was like my thing back in the day. I used to, nobody was safe, man. Prank calling was like my thing, dude. So
that's why I was wondering.
I would prank call like prostitute hospitals, like.
Wait, prostitute hospitals?
That might be illegal. This might want to beat that out.
Well, the reason why I asked that is because you're obviously a big prankster guy, so I have to ask: was it you that made that Grindr account of me?
No, dude, that was not me.
For real? Damn.
Yeah, bro.
You need to find out who that was.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I ever will. That was like 6 years ago. I've asked a lot of people. And they're like,
I'm like, what?
It's led to some awkward conversations.
I bet, yeah. So I have to ask,
Yeah,
do you feel like there's anything that he left out in that story? Is there any other details that you can give us that maybe we didn't cover in episode 2? Because I'm very curious of your recollection of that night versus Jeremy's.
No, like I said, that was pretty accurate.
Okay.
And but we did it more than once, though. I remember like that one time happened at where did it happen, bro?
It was at that like
at
plant
Jack,
nursery,
man.
that plant nursery that we used to party
Yeah,
at.
that's right. Yeah, where Jake used to work at. and by this Jake, I don't mean the Jake that got his ass eaten. It's a completely different Jake, dude.
Yeah, I got you.
It was good old Jake the Snake.
Yeah, but we're not gonna say his last name.
Yeah, just bleep it out.
I'll bleep it out, yeah.
But well, hell yeah, man! I'm glad to get some closure on that. Even though I still don't know who fucking made that account of me, because they had it down to the detail of like where I lived and you
Bro,
know.
are you sure that it didn't happen like during one of your like Ambien nights? Like popped in some Ambien.
You're putting you on blast, bro.
I've never taken Ambien personally.
Hey, you're out there pointing fingers, man, but you.
I'm out here pointing fingers, but maybe I should smell my finger first.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, I can't wait to get you on this podcast one day. You've got to come down here and get on this podcast. Like,
Yeah, we're like only 3.5 hours away. If you ever want to come through, we got an extra place to crash and stuff
Yeah.
too. So.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, just anytime, man, hit me up, and I got a lot of fucking stories.
dude,
man.
I can't wait. I'd love to meet you and hear these stories about Jeremy. Like, dude, these are gold.
Well, so is it okay? If that's the case, is it okay to reveal who you are?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Okay, you want to shout out your Instagram, because I know you do photography and stuff like that.
Nah, it's all cool, bro.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll just
Yeah.
I can put you in the link in the description if you would like for me to. If not, then I don't have to.
It's good. You know what? I actually kind of like it to be a little anonymous.
Okay,
just
all right.
keeping
I
that
think so.
mystery.
All right.
Like I feel like that adds on to it.
Yeah.
Especially if you ever want to do some more pranks in the future.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
Well, if you ever come on the podcast, we'll come up with a stage name for you then.
Sounds good, man.
Okay.
Well, you guys
We're
take it easy, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling in, man, and looking forward to the future pranks and shit, man.
It's good talking to you, man.
Yeah, take it easy, bro.
All right, see you, bro. Oh shit,
Dude, that was the best story ever.
oh, I love that guy.
Dude, I can't wait to get him on this podcast.
Never a dull moment with him, really.
Oh, I can see.
Honestly, like,
Dude, I can't wait to hear these stories.
there's been so many days when we're just like chilling, like, what the fuck are we gonna do? He's like, well, let's just get a bottle, dude. And I'm like, all right, and then once we get a bottle, shit just happens.
Prank calling
Yeah,
prostitutes.
exactly.
I can't talk. Plain spin the bottle. That's awesome.
So I think that's a good time to wrap it up right there. I appreciate everybody watching. Go like and subscribe. We got the Instagram up now, Simply Chillin' Pod. So check that out. Where can they find you, man?
So, I mean, obviously, I've got the Simply Living 770 channel, so I'm going to link that down below. Also, my Instagram is Simply Living 770. I also want to, if any of y'all would like to throw in any questions or that you have for us, or maybe anybody that we've called in, please go follow the Simply Chillin Pod on Instagram. We've just started that Instagram, and we want to make sure that y'all have a way to contact us and all that stuff. We both have access to this Instagram, so if y'all could please go follow that Instagram. I will link that. That'll be the first link in the description, and I'd love to hear from y'all. So
Yep, sounds good. See you next week.
have a good night. Peace.
How we feeling? We're simply chilling, yeah. Oh, yeah. How we living? We're simply chilling, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.